If an object is technological, it won't behave like a drifting rock reflecting sunlight. It will maneuver. It will deploy companions. It will emit signals. It may even shine with its own light. For years, astronomers have debated what such an encounter might look like, an advanced visitor from deep interstellar space crossing paths with us. Those debates ended the moment a new body entered our skies. 3I, Atlas, the third confirmed interstellar object to cross into our solar system after the famous Oumuamua in 2017 and Borisov in 2019. At first, it seemed like just another curiosity, a fast-moving green visitor, glowing with carbon monoxide, streaking past the inner planets on its long arc from beyond the Oort cloud. Amateur astronomers across the world logged its path with excitement, treating it as one more rarity to mark in the record books. But what began as a hobbyist's delight soon became the most shocking astronomical event in modern history. The story truly began with one man, Leslie Peltier, an amateur astronomer perched on a hillside in northern Chile. Using a 40-inch research-grade telescope equipped with a cryogenically cooled CCD camera and a precision tracking rig synced with NASA's ephemeris data, Peltier had been following Atlas night after night. For weeks, it was unremarkable, just the same green streak against the black, the same comet-like traveler glowing faintly as it moved closer. But on the early morning of September 19, at exactly 2 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time, his monitor captured something no one expected. Around the emerald trail of Atlas, 9 distinct points of light appeared. They weren't random specks. They weren't digital noise or passing debris. They moved in perfect formation, lockstep with the parent body, like fireflies orbiting a lantern. Peltier froze. He checked the frames again and again, then shared them online. At first, professionals dismissed the images as artifacts. But within 48 hours, the evidence was overwhelming. The James Webb Space Telescope, Hubble, the Very Large Telescope in Chile, and the KEK Observatory in Hawaii all confirmed it. This was no illusion. Atlas wasn't alone. It had 9 companions. The deeper the analysis went, the stranger it became. Spectroscopy revealed that these weren't fragments of ice or stone. Their trajectories matched Atlas precisely. Their tails, faint but visible, shared the same chemical profile. And their compositions were not what anyone expected. They carried signatures of nickel, cobalt, and exotic alloys formed under conditions unknown in natural astrophysics. They were not behaving like debris. They were behaving like machines. What truly shattered expectations was their power. Each of the 9 objects emitted roughly 20 gigawatts of energy. For context, a single gigawatt powers a major city. The largest nuclear plants on Earth generate just over 1. These bodies, no larger than a city block, burned with the energy output of 20 nuclear facilities each. The parent body, Atlas, already puzzled researchers with its estimated 10 gigawatt profile, but its companions burned with twice that, in volumes far too small for any reactor we understand. The math was merciless. No fusion core that compact could survive. No fission process could sustain that output without tearing itself apart. When physicists at Caltech and MIT tried to model it, their simulations crashed under the contradictions. The plasma densities required were impossible. The magnetic confinement would break. Every equation ended in failure. Yet the energy readings remained consistent. Something was happening beyond the scope of known physics. Explanations veered into the exotic. Some suggested antimatter reactions. Others whispered of dark matter catalysis. A few held onto natural theories, a hyper-dense fragment from a collision, still radiating trapped energy. But every model hit the same wall. The energy was too clean, too controlled, too deliberate. Nature is messy. This was not. And then came the revelation that ended all doubt. The 9 companions hadn't been drifting alongside Atlas from the beginning. They hadn't split off in a gradual cascade. They had appeared all at once. At 2 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time on September 19, they blinked into existence in less than 1 millisecond. Faster than a human blink, faster than a camera flash. No telescope on Earth caught the moment of emergence. One frame, they were absent. The next, they were there. For Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb, the conclusion was inescapable. He invoked what he called the mothership hypothesis, a larger interstellar craft deploying probes as it entered our solar system. The idea, once relegated to speculation, was suddenly staring the scientific world in the face. Atlas wasn't just a comet-like body. Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb labeled them scouts, positing that their sudden appearance could only stem from intentional release. These were not random debris, they emerged after Atlas's entry, each possessing a denser, hotter core than the parent body. He proposed a mothership hypothesis, suggesting that 3I, Atlas had dispatched probes while traversing the solar system. This notion was already unsettling, but the supporting evidence was hard to dismiss. Not everyone concurred, though. Some physicists, like Dr. Michio Kaku, proposed natural explanations. They speculated that Atlas could have collided violently with another object, fracturing into 9 pieces. Each fragment, under significant internal pressure, might glow and radiate heat. However, Loeb quickly highlighted a critical flaw: no natural entity could fragment into such perfectly shaped companions, each exhibiting an energy signature like a reactor. The debate became more pronounced, even as the world's attention shifted toward something even larger and brighter. On the horizon approached Swan R2, an immense interstellar comet 100 times heavier than Atlas. Its luminous tail extended wider than the Moon, more brilliant than any comet seen in centuries. As its orbital path was traced, astonishing findings emerged. Swan R2 wasn't merely a stray visitor. Its trajectory indicated a cyclical appearance every 2,200 years. Ancient records appeared to confirm this. Babylonian tablets, Chinese imperial history, and medieval European accounts referenced strange green objects, splitting stars, and dragon-like forms in the sky. Invariably, these celestial signs foreshadowed upheaval and transformation. Now, just as predicted, Swan R2 had come back. The question was inevitable. If humanity had previously witnessed this and survived, was Swan R2 a threat or a protector? Fringe theories began to circulate. Some suggested that Swan R2 could serve as a shield, arriving to counter whatever Atlas and its companions represented. Others speculated on coordination, theorizing that both visitors played roles in a more significant mission, converging near the Sun to harvest unimaginable energy. Such silence only intensified public distrust. If evidence was compelling enough to prompt space agencies and militaries into action, why was the world not informed completely? Were leaders guarding against panic, or was there something worse they understood? Despite the hush, the skies narrated their own tale. Amateur astronomers and civilian telescopes observed the glowing green bodies as they shone before dawn. Social media buzzed with photographs, clear evidence, far from blurry UFO sightings. Observatories published peer-reviewed studies, affirming the anomalies using humanity's most sophisticated instruments. Yet, time was of the essence. October approached, the month when both Atlas and Swan R2 would pass close to the Sun. What would transpire? Would the 9 companions of Atlas scatter toward Earth or the Moon? Would Swan R2 reveal itself as a natural marvel or something different altogether? The possibilities were numerous, and each was unsettling. Scientists debated in journals and conferences, military planners secretly adjusted strategies. Ordinary people gazed upward, aware that something unprecedented was coming to light. Speculation varied widely. Some believed the entities were mapping our solar system, surveying its planets and moons. Others worried about resource extraction, energy, minerals, or even life forms. There were also optimistic voices, envisioning this as contact, a chance to prove humanity is not alone. But no one knew for sure. The uncertainty itself was the most chilling reality of all. This isn't a story from science fiction. It's not a script for a movie. It is actively happening above us, recorded in the movements of two interstellar visitors. One carries extraordinary companions radiating impossible levels of energy. The other traverses the sky on a cycle as old as civilization. Both are drawing nearer. At his recent press conference, Dr. Loeb presented a cautionary statement and a challenge. The universe has knocked on our door. Will we answer it, or will we hide? So now the focus shifts to you. What are your thoughts? Do you consider these objects natural phenomena that we fail to understand? Are they scouts for something greater? Could they serve as guardians, showing up to shield us from cosmic threats, or are they part of something larger than we can conceive? The coming days will reveal answers. October approaches, bringing truths we may not be prepared to accept. Until then, one fact remains certain. The saga of Atlas and Swan R2 will only become stranger. Remain curious, stay alert, and keep watching the sky.